Where do I see it? Just checking to see if I can see the slide. Oh, they'll be right here too. Oh, right here? Yes. Oh, these are off. Okay. How many screens? Okay. I just thought I'd get ready to say go them. Don't everyone talk at once. Does the mic work? Is the mic working? I think everybody, oh, does that mean it's not recording me either? How do you know? How would I know? Okay, everyone's good. All right. There we go. Sorry for the delay. It's all a little new still. We've had a council meeting, but it takes a while to get them figured out. So thank you for, the mic is not on? Uh-oh. Okay. Okay. Oh, pull the mic. I want to move mountains. Okay, hello, everybody. Thank you for coming tonight to our open house and to the town hall meeting, which is a regular occurrence. We try to do this in different communities during the year at this time of year and also again at the end of the year. And given the timing of the renovation of the offices here, and probably giving the timing of the renovation being done, we thought it'd be a great opportunity to combine the ribbon cutting this afternoon, as well as this update town hall event. So I hope you've had a chance to look at the building and see all of the improvements that have been made, both to the municipal office as well as to the facility next here in Coldstream Community Center. This renovation is really a great investment. It's significant in our community of Middlesex Center. The new and renovated building will meet the needs not only of our staff members who work here, but residents across our entire municipality. It's a place for our is you having, you hear okay in the back? Yeah? Okay. It's a place for residents to gather to participate in their local government. It's a welcoming space for our service clubs, fitness class members who are here this morning, as well as families who celebrate milestone events. In addition, this building is compliant with all current accessibility requirements and incorporates sustainability features that will help reduce environmental impacts. I know council and staff are delighted to be back to our normal way of working now, and I want to thank you, the residents, for your patience during the renovations and welcome you back to this facility. Now, as far as the agenda tonight, first of all, I want to make sure to hit on highlights with respect to some projects, news and updates and that kind of thing. And then I want to just focus on 3 issues that are really very important this time for probably a lot of municipalities across Ontario. Now, the focus for the rest of 2025. So strategic priorities are something that I want to always include in my notes and for meetings, because the strategic plan is the document that guides decision-making about the work that Middlesex Centre undertakes every year. Both staff and council are committed to our work here at the municipality, and in keeping with our values of respect, cooperation, innovation, and integrity, these values are the lens then that we use to look at how we execute our services, programs, and projects. The plan has 5 priorities. These are developed through a public process and reflect the priorities of residents who participate in the development of the plan. The current plan includes a focus on an engaged community, balanced growth, vibrant local economy, sustainable infrastructure and services, and responsive municipal government. These priorities, in turn, help us achieve our vision for Middlesex Centre as a thriving, progressive, and welcoming community that honors its rural roots and embraces our natural spaces. I'm going to move on now to housing and development, which is one of the priorities. For the year end, 2024, building a Middlesex Center was, well, not doing quite as well as we'd hoped. There was the negative impact of inflation and interest rates on building activity, as well as declines in permits issued, dwellings created, and a decrease in the total construction value relative to 2023. But at that time, in 2024, we were optimistic that things were going to turn around, that inflation and interest rates were changing, that markets were starting to turn, and we were ready to focus on 2025. So, well, we're here today, and it's fair to say that the environment, the economic environment around the world is in a state of flux. And the current global political and economic environment suggests that it's unlikely that we'll see meaningful change in the short term. This doesn't mean we're going to sit on our hands. So development charges are a key piece of this economic puzzle. Let me start with an update on the charges. So some of you may have taken part in the process last year that updated the DC background study and the associated bylaws. Development charges function to provide a source of revenue for expenditures on growth-related projects needed to provide municipal services such as water pipes and sewer lines in new developments. Put it another way, development charges are one way of helping growth pay for growth. Now, if we forward to 2025, the Protect Ontario by Building Faster and Smarter Act 2025 is new provincial legislation. And if it's passed, the proposed benefits of this act will help spur new construction by simplifying and standardizing development charges based on measures developed in consultation with municipalities, including measures that some municipalities have already implemented. So we'll see what happens there, but we're hoping that that is a positive change that will actually help us add to the development charge funds that we are able to use to build new projects. We had great news in February with respect to housing affordability and access, both of which are issues across Canada. As a part of the Government of Canada's National Housing Strategy, which is focused on ways of increasing new housing supply, Middlesex Centre received $4,246,800. That's almost $4.25 million in multi-year funding from the Canadian Mortgage and Housing Corporation Housing Accelerator Fund. This funding will be used to lay the foundation needed to build new homes that will meet the needs of everyone, beginning with young families who are looking for their first home to people who've called Middlesex Centre home and are looking to have options that allow them to remain in this community, their community, in their retirement years. In year one, staff is going to be focusing on designing and implementing guidelines necessary for additional residential units. You hear about them on the news. They're called ARUs. Developing an affordable housing community improvement plan, and exploring incentive programs to encourage diverse housing types, as well as additional initiatives to support municipal growth and housing needs. We are very grateful for and welcome this investment in Middlesex Centre, as it enables us to take essential steps toward addressing the need for new housing. So moving on to infrastructure, I'm going to touch on some of the highlights for some of the bigger works in process in the municipality, but I want to start with master plans. The two review documents I want to focus on are important, and they actually help council make the best decisions possible. Master plans are foundational documents that guide council and staff on planning of road maintenance and construction work, as well as management of other assets like water, wastewater, and stormwater systems, as well as other things like roads and so forth. Those are the big ones, though. The goal here is to grow our municipality in a sustainable and orderly fashion into the future. In 2024, we completed our transportation and water and wastewater management servicing plans. These 20 to 25-year plans, along with similar plans for fire emergency services and community services and recreation, are already providing guidance to our asset management, long-range financial plan, and annual budget process. This year, we'll be adding to the Transportation Master Plan by completing an active transportation plan that looks at sidewalks, trails, and cycling routes. In the fall, you'll be asked to contribute your ideas to the plan, and I encourage you to take a few minutes to share your thoughts when you see that on your computer or in your mailbox. Road work is a construction season. That is what we're into now, is just getting underway. And this year we have a number of projects that we're working on, and it includes updates to Elmhurst and Parkland Place. There are bridges and culvert rehabilitations, including the bridge on Van Eck Road near Sunningdale Road. Updates to Bodkin Road, following our gravel conversion policy, are going to take place there. And resurfacing asphalt roads across the municipality and ongoing maintenance projects will continue as part of our normal road operations. Glendon Drive is of interest to a lot of people in our community, and work continues on that, though I thought I'd highlight work you're going to see in process going forward this summer across those roads and the roads that intersect with Glendon. So a big focus right now is restoring the Coldstream Road connection to Glendon Drive, building pedestrian conditions throughout the roundabout, and completing landscaping and other roadside advancements. Middlesex Centre and the county are currently planning the additional work that will be scheduled to proceed in the next few years to complete all of the work along Glendon Drive from 402 through to Camoka and Kilworth to the City of London boundary. Some of you will also have noticed that there are a number of signs that have changed. A number of 80-kilometer signs have been changed and removed to be replaced with 70-kilometer-an-hour signs. And further speed reductions will follow as the development progresses along the Glendon Drive corridor. The integrated signage is going to be starting from the settlement boundary through the settlement areas as part of this project, and will reflect the fact that increasingly this is an urbanized area with many new commercial and residential developments coming in the very near future. County staff are continuously monitoring the speeds in this area and across Middlesex Centre in general on the county roads. And the intent here is to monitor them in an effective and a thoughtful manner to make sure that they can address and impact driver speeds across the municipality. That there is a trend for a lot of the county roads, which are paved and sometimes not very frequently used, to be, I think some residents have referred to them as a racetrack. So I think that's a bit of an exaggeration, but OPP are trying to stay on top of these. Middlesex Centre, Middlesex County is also moving forward in other areas of the county and Middlesex Centre. They're going to be installing traffic signals at the intersection of Longwoods Road and Carriage Road, and a new pedestrian crossover at Longwoods Road and Springer Victoria Street intersection near the eastern limits of Delaware. In September last year, Middlesex Centre received almost $493,000 in funding from the Provincial Housing Enabled Water Systems Fund to help develop, repair, and expand water, wastewater, and stormwater infrastructure. This provincial investment covers 73% of our total eligible costs, and the project that is going to be allocated to, or is allocated to, is the Glendon Drive water main project, which will increase supply capacity and create redundant backup feed to Kilworth, add 520 meters of water main between Tunks Lane in Camoka and Crestview Drive in Kilworth, and add mainline valves, fire hydrants along the new line. We also have several other major water and wastewater infrastructure projects underway. One of the big ones is connecting the Melrose water treatment plant to the regional water supply secondary transmission main. And there's an additional expansion study for the Camoka water treatment facility as well. Our infrastructure projects include work on our facilities and parks outdoors as well, besides roads and things like that. So in addition to the completion of this building, staff are currently in the middle of a significant upgrade at the Ilderton Arena. The Ilderton Arena opened 52 years ago and was designed for a single purpose, for providing an opportunity for people to skate and to play hockey. Now a major community hub, the building is showing signs of age and it needs renovations to continue providing services to residents. The $4 million investment will extend the lifespan of the arena for 10 plus years. It will increase accessibility, energy efficiency, safety, and service for both participants and spectators. The renovations include upgrades to the refrigeration plant, the lobby, washrooms, change rooms, and spectator spaces. And moving on to parks, other infrastructure improvements focus on our parks. And this year, a new accessible washroom is slated for the Kamoka Community Centre, thanks to a grant from the Ontario government and the Ontario Trillium Fund. I also want to take a moment to say thank you to the Ilderton and District Lions for their contributions to the new playground at Timberwalk Park, as well as the Poplar Hill Lions for their support on an accessible swing at the Poplar Hill Park, and Middlesex Paving and Maintenance and Leuna 159 for their support of the new basketball court at Kamoka Park. Our service clubs and businesses continue to step up to support our community in so many ways. From playgrounds to sponsoring free skates and more, we cannot thank them enough for their contributions. For me, this is just speaking to community, the people who live here, who work here, who are supporting all this various service clubs. That's what I call community. We work together and basically just make it happen. So I really can't say thanks enough to all the contributors. Lastly, I also want to touch on the economic development in Middlesex Centre. Economic development is part of building a complete community. Our local businesses not only make life easier for us, but also create jobs for our residents and help diversify the tax base, which helps balance our municipal revenue streams. Middlesex Centre is a great place to invest. I always start by reminding people that. And why is that? We have a strategic location. We're close to highways. We're close to large urban centers where there are universities and colleges. These universities and colleges provide us with a workforce, educated and ready to take on all kinds of different careers. The lifestyle in our community, I don't think it beats, you can't beat it. We've got everything you need to have time for family fun and to work and play. We have a great lifestyle here. And I believe our municipality is focused on helping. As I said before, everyone works together, and in the slides that follow, I'm going to talk about some of the economic development things that are happening in our municipality. But to me, these variables come together in a perfect storm and create an ideal place to live, work, and play. So looking at the economic development piece and making sure that we can diversify our economy in the longer run, how are we able to help? Well, one way is through our community improvement plan. The municipality has what we call a CIP, the Community Improvement Plan, and offers funding of up to $7,500 to local businesses to improve their signage, energy efficiency, accessibility, and other things. Our last council meeting had one of the community improvement plan item on the agenda, and we approved $16,000 in funds for 4 local businesses. Staff review this program regularly to ensure it's meeting the needs of our business community. So we hope that we're able to continue to help businesses with projects. Another way we're taking on the challenge of economic development is through the creation of the of a new advisory committee, and the new economic development and Economic Development Advisory Committee, EDAC, consists of community and council members, as well as staff. It's early days for this group, but the committee is currently defining the priorities that they'd like to tackle, what role they would play in this, and then a work plan on how to get going on these issues. We're also collaborating with our partners across Middlesex Centre and the county to grow our local economy. So in addition to the Ilderton Area Business Association, Kamoka-Kilmer Business Association, we work with the Middlesex County Economic Development Corporation, Department, as well as Community Futures Middlesex Business Help Center. Each brings something to the table, and that partnership is one way that we can probably work to attract more companies to come here and business to settle and open shops in our settlement areas. So many businesses have made Middlesex Center their home for decades and centuries in Arva, and it's an honor to celebrate their successes, longevity, and acknowledgement of their contributions to our communities. Increasingly, though, we're seeing that businesses opening the doors um, and are welcoming residents and visitors to establishments are doing well. And I'm delighted to hear their positive comments about Middlesex Center. And I'm appreciative. I've heard so much about the way that they contribute to the, they make all kinds of contributions to the community by sponsoring events or providing prizes, and the list goes on. So I see this as a really good working together opportunity. The range of services and products that we have access to is increasing every year. More and more, the options we have right here in Middlesex Center are making it less and less likely that we need to leave our community to get things that we need. So that covers all the big three topics. In closing, what I was thinking back to last December when I was pulling together the topics for tonight, and I was thinking about change. And I'm certain that we could not have imagined the depth or the breadth of change we're all experiencing. As humans, we're not big fans of change. Most people prefer routine, steady as she goes, as opposed to dealing with change. But I think we have, and we like to think we are, or we have control over things. But the Greek philosopher who said that the only constant thing is change, is the guy that I think got it right. Everything keeps changing, and sometimes it rains and sometimes it pours. But the team here at Middlesex Center has come through a period of change and working differently, doing things from different sites. And as always, delivered services and problems, found solutions throughout that whole change period. And now that we're in the new office, everyone continues to look forward, to look for opportunities for funding or to improve how we do business or our processes and ways of delivering our services. Basically, how to meet the needs of our communities and residents in the best way possible. So the world is always changing. Nothing stays the same. If we think of change as a chance to look at challenges with a different lens, to learn and to look for new ways of doing things, my bottom line is that I think we deal with almost anything. So as far as how you can reach us, there are lots of ways to stay up to date with what's happening in the municipality. There's the website and social media. We have the electronic newsletter for those who prefer online communications. So that's your preferred site. You can also pick up the Middlesex Banner. We have a monthly page on the Middlesex Banner in Ilderton, Camoka, Kilworth, and also in Delaware Villagers. There are inserts in your water and tax bills. You could also contact any of your counselors or myself at any time. We're here to help you. You can reach us by email or by telephone, or you can visit the website, call the office for our details. And we do want to hear from you because we want to address your concerns, answer any questions you may have, but also to hear your ideas, thoughts, and input. So thank you all for coming to see the new facility today and attending this update presentation. I'm going to be sticking around, and the counselors are here in the room. If you have questions that you'd like to ask or have a chat after we turn the mic off, then we're happy to have a conversation. Thank you again for coming, and